Hello, everybody, and welcome to everything you need to know about going on a pilgrimage. My name is Dave Barocsi, and I service as the Northeast and New York sales religion consultant for Flum Publishing, a division of Bayard. And we're so happy to welcome everybody on here this evening from across the country that will is very interested on going on a pilgrimage, especially to Ireland, which we are planning right here. I am the ambassador for Living Faith Pilgrimage to Ireland. I'm going to service as the ambassador. My wonderful tour guide, I'm going to make him introduce himself and tell me a little about his background. Is my wonderful co-host, is my tour guide. His name is Wade Richards. Wade, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure, really fast. My name's Wade Richards. I'm a music therapist. I work in Rochester, New York. I work primarily with individuals with disabilities and learning differences. And I also work at the Eastman, well, sorry, I have my own business, Creative Arts Center. So I work with all ages and all people. And then my other job is I work at Eastman School of Music, that's also in Rochester. And I provide some classes for music educators who are going into the field for music and giving them some background on how to work with special needs. So that's kind of my little corner of the world is working with special populations and inclusion, and then also music. So music's my other big passion. So I'm excited for this trip to experience some of the music of some of the places that we're going as well.
Yes, thank you, Wade. And our wonderful spiritual advisor for our trip, Father Jim. I'm going to make him introduce all and tell us all about himself. Father Jim is from the Archdiocese of Baltimore. Hi, Father Jim. How are you?
Fantastic. Fantastic, Dave and Wade. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. I'm Father Jim Kiesel. I'm a priest for the Archdiocese of Baltimore. I've been a priest for 30 years. Um, I'm so excited about going to Ireland again. This will be my seventh trip to Ireland. It's a land of poets. It's also a land of music. So Wade, I'm looking forward to this.
Mhm.
Ireland is a beautiful country with beautiful people, beautiful scenery, 40 shades of green, a great bedrock of faith between the spirituality of Patrick and all the great Irish saints, and of course, Our Lady of Knock, who took care of the Irish people during the Great Famine. Didn't say a word, but just was there to comfort the Irish people and the inspiration that you are not alone. And God, like us today, we are not alone. God is with us, especially today in the season of Advent, the third Sunday of Advent, Gaudete Sunday, rejoicing that God is with us. And our first reading today from Zephaniah, God rejoices in us. God is with us, and God rejoices, sings, and dances with us. So we're going to have a lot of fun going to Ireland. A pilgrimage, praying, of course, reflecting, and also at night, having fun. Having fun in the pubs, singing and dancing. That's a real
Yes.
pilgrimage, praying and singing and having a good time and forming our own little community from all over the country. So
And
I'm delighted to be with you, and I'm excited for all of us.
this is wonderful. This is so great. I'm so excited. I am so excited to be part of Bayard Faith Resources for Living with Faith, that is the major sponsor of the pilgrimages across the board. And I'm just going to share my screen as we go through it. And if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns along the way, please pop them in the chat. We'll gladly answer your questions. But our living faith from Bayard, Bayard Pilgrimages, I'm going to show you the website right at the end. But we're going to Ireland on May 3rd to May 11th of 2025. Pilgrims of Hope. And this is so wonderful after Pope Francis made this great announcement of being Pilgrims of Hope for this coming year. We are called to
Yes.
holiness with my wonderful colleagues, Father Jim and Wade, is my wonderful helpers along the way. Father Jim being my spiritual director along the way, and Wade Richards being my awesome music consultant and helping me is with the tour, being the tour guide along the way. We're going to go for 9 days and 7 nights to these wonderful places of Ireland. And I like to show, as I show my screen, David Dezina is our publisher for publisher of Living Faith, and he does do a little welcome right here for you. And this is so a way to be transformed on this pilgrimage experience for everyone. So he says, please join us for this special day. As we said, we're going to embark in May, and there we are. This is your guides along the way. There's myself and Wade and Father Jim. And just a reminder, May 3rd to May 11th, Pilgrims of Hope. Some little background. And this is so awesome to have such a great group of people going on this pilgrimage to Ireland. So it's 9-day program. We'll introduce you to Ireland, a magnificent country of rugged beauty and lush green landscapes, as Father Jim mentioned. So many shades of green, and that's to be inspired during this time. I'm not Irish. I'm not Irish. So this is going to be such a learning experience for myself, as I'm so excited about being part of this pilgrimage. We're going to take off on day 1 on Saturday, May 3rd. We're going to leave the USA at 6 p.m. We're going to leave. There's going to be 2 parts. One part from New York, from JFK, Terminal 7. We're going to take off New York to Dublin. And for our wonderful people on the other side of the United States from Los Angeles Airport, maybe like to travel out of Los Angeles, they're going to take out of Los Angeles to Dublin via Philly. So you're coming across the country and then going right to Dublin that way. And there are 2 places. It's New York and Los Angeles. Wade, myself, and Father Jim live on the East Coast. So we will be traveling out of wonderful New York City, JFK, which is a great little airport, right? I think Father Jim has traveled out of there a couple of times. I think, Wade, you have traveled out of there many times. And we will be welcomed once we get to Dublin by a wonderful tour guide, an official tour guide in Dublin. Day 2, Sunday, May 4th, we will be right in Dublin. And we'll see some wonderful sights right here. The arrival at Dublin Airport. We're going to meet our English-speaking guide. We're going to transfer to the city center. Father Jim, do you see anything special on this little slide that maybe you remember when you have been there? Maybe Trinity College, or could you talk? Maybe give me a little suggestion about when people
At Trinity
see this.
College,
Yes.
there's so much history just with Trinity College.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Book of Kells is housed at Trinity College, and it is a spectacular museum because let's see.
Those wonderful Celtic monks, as I remember, the Celtic monks
Correct.
around
And there was a
800
book.
AD. Yes,
There was a
yes.
book called How the Irish Saved Western Civilization During the Dark Ages.
Mm-hmm.
And it was during the Dark Ages that the Irish monks, as Dave said, spent countless hours, day and night, transcribing the major books of that time of history. And as a result of that, the monks saved the Western civilization, and that's a miracle. So we're going in the Book of Kells, we're going to be seeing that the artwork and the craftsmanship of what those holy men did is just breathtaking and mind-blowing. It's a great time. And just walking the campus of Trinity College
Oh, that is going to be such an awesome time. That's an awesome
Exactly,
time.
exactly.
Now, and I know, Wade, you have put music to Dublin, some special songs along the way that you'll be able to download along the
Yeah.
way for this special pilgrimage. Thank you. We're going to visit St. Patrick's Cathedral. That is going to be so awesome. The patron saint of Ireland. And on day 3, we're going to go off to from Dublin to Downpatrick. Aha, this is going to be fun. I really love this area. I hear so much about it. I do hear so much about it. Um, Anybody Father Jim or Wade, they want to jump in, please feel free to jump in about this area, Downpatrick and all that. At the end of that afternoon, Mass at St. Patrick's Catholic Cathedral on day 3. At the end, we all will have to a wonderful experience of celebrating liturgy together and being with a fabulous music therapist with an awesome voice will help us lead in song and prayer that day at the cathedral, and he'll be one of our cantors for that wonderful spiritual event. That will
You
be
mean I'm
day.
going to be able to sing in the cathedral?
You are going to be able to sing in the cathedral. How do you
Come
like that,
on, you
Wade?
got to be kidding. That's amazing. Um, Also, as someone who's never been on a pilgrimage before, I'm kind of like probably right there with everyone else with like certain questions. On the previous slide, I loved the aspect of that we have a person who's meeting us, kind of like a guide at first. I'm guessing that's just day 1, right? They're
No,
gonna
they're going to be with us. They're going to be with us. They're going to be
See,
with
I,
us.
I love knowing this information because that sounds amazing that we have
Mhm.
a guide who's kind of alongside us. That's amazing.
Amen.
Yeah, yes. The wonderful company that orchestrates this along with Bayard Papel is just outstanding when they put a pilgrimage together. And on day 4, look at this. Belfast
Oh,
and Derry. Father Jim just went all like that. So that must be a beautiful area. I know, Wade, you mentioned there were some songs around that area, and then Belfast in the morning is so beautiful. Father Jim, you want to talk about that really quick?
I'm just looking at the picture. It
Uh,
looks like the cliffs of Moher. Believe it or not,
okay.
I've never been to the north. I've always been to the Republic, Southern Ireland,
Okay.
but I've never been to the north. So this will be my first pilgrimage
Hmm.
north,
See,
because
this
that's where
is
the troubles were.
Haha, yes, yes, very much. A little history right here. And as we go along, we're going to be learning about the history of Ireland, especially the spirituality will come forth, and we will learn so much about that. We'll get to celebrate Mass again at St. Eugene's Cathedral in Derry. This is a wonderful place. I've had friends that have visited there before, and we do have some personal friends that do live in Ireland, and they have talked about that cathedral. It is the most beautiful cathedral along the way. And then that's day 4. Day 5, Derry, Knock, and Westport. And take the morning drive to Knock through the country. This is beautiful. We'll see the Marian shrines of Knock, considered to be the Irish Lords. It welcomes more than 1.5 million pilgrims every year. This is amazing how many pilgrims, we talk about pilgrims that go to France and Italy and all that, but Ireland is so rich in history with the spirituality, especially of Our Lady, especially Our Lady of Knock. And I do have a huge devotion myself to the Blessed
Mhm.
Mother. And with that, to see Our Lady of Knock is going to be such a wonderful
It is.
opportunity.
It
And
is.
visit the chapel of the new apparition is so wonderful. As we continue with day 6, this looks like a busy day right here, day 6. We're going to be very busy and
Mm.
doing some things right here. So we're gonna visit. I see that Abbey. I'm sorry, my Elmore Abbey, and
Yep, yep.
yes, and Father Jim, have you been there before?
Yes, it's beautiful. It
It,
It was a school for girls, all girls school, run by the
Hmm.
Benedictine Sisters of Ireland, and
Oh,
it's still in existence to this day. So it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And looking over the river, it takes your breath away.
Mm.
real that's oh, that's going to be so much fun. I believe that was founded a long time ago, and especially I'm trying to think of. I got some no little notes here, and right here celebrating Mass and the drive to. I'm not going to say the correct word. Father
Croix,
Jim,
Croix,
yeah,
Patrick,
correct. Patrick,
Croix, Croix.
yeah, is considered Ireland's holiest mountain. And every year, thousands of pilgrims climb to honor St. Patrick,
Yeah.
who is said to have fasted there for 40 days. And it's the most visited place. At the summit, you'll find a small chapel dedicated to St. Patrick right up on top. And that's going to be such a beautiful experience right there. As we continue with day 7, uh, Limerick. I love those. That is so much fun. In the morning, celebrate Mass in Galway Cathedral. That's another
Oh,
wonderful
yeah.
experience. And the
Yes.
cliffs, the cliffs just look like they're
Exquisite. The pictures don't do justice to it
so there's
because
gonna be a
when you're
lot.
on the
There's gonna
cliffs,
be a lot
you hear the Atlantic coast. You feel the Atlantic wind on your face. It is beautiful.
Mm.
And looking oh, and you see all the nature, the beautiful blue sky, the water, the sound of the birds. It's just exquisite.
this is so exciting. This is
So far,
very
Dave. So far, Dave, I'm impressed or I'm excited because just seeing the wide variety of different places and experiences that are kind
Yeah.
of put together is really remarkable and not what I was expecting either. Quite
yeah.
a variety of different locations and places, and it's amazing.
This pilgrimage is going to be so exciting, especially for, I believe, for all of us, but for the people that will be joining us in this such a spiritual time, such a spiritual time. And I'm going back to my pilgrimage days when I went to see the Pope on many occasions. I've done every World Youth Day from '93 on, and it was an experience of that pilgrimage. I've been to the Vatican many, many times and as a pilgrimage and the prayer and all that. I just really am so excited about Ireland. This is so awesome. So awesome. As we continue with day 8, here we are. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. And to go to St. Bridget's Cathedral,
Hmm.
that is such an experience. I am in awe of Saint Bridget. I am just in awe of Saint Bridget. It's located adjacent to the cathedral, this historic site that connects to the early Christians community that includes a round tower right up on top, the round tower. And it's part of the cathedral complex. Well-preserved round tower is a significant landmark to the area. This is such a great, great spot right over here. Um, would you guys like to add anything to that?
I've never been there,
You've
so this
never
is
been
my
there?
first time also.
Yes. And this was built, the open air oratory built for St. John Paul's second visit in 1979 when he visited Ireland in 1979. It's going to be such an experience as we go through this wonderful pilgrimage. And on day 9, there we are. We head back to wonderful New York, but we get to celebrate Mass in the Catholic parish, the Church of St. Bridget's before we leave, and we get to say goodbye to Ireland, and we get to end our prayer 9 days that we have really just embraced along the way. We do fly back. If you're flying back to JFK, you'll be flying back at 1:45, and we get right back to New York the same day at 7:20. I know the time difference. This is very funny. And then if you're going to Los Angeles, you'll be flying out at 12:30 and arriving in Los Angeles at 6:30. So the same day that you'll be coming back and forth. So as we go through this, let's just talk about pricing and how to call and all that. And I really can't see my oh, I'm sorry, I just did something. I'm sorry. Um the price per person is $4,750. It's based on 45 people. Prices are per person based on a double or twin occupancy. A limited number of single rooms may be available, but we do ask you to call. We're going to give you a couple options here. There's a major number right there. There's 844-411-1121, major number to call. But before we even talk about that, this is what the price includes. Airline transportation from New York JFK or from Los Angeles. Now, to Dublin. It's a round trip. If you were just going to buy this separately, you're paying $3,000. This is such a reasonable trip. The accommodations in 4-star hotels, except in cities where there are no 4 stars, in standard double or twin rooms with city tax included. So you're staying in beautiful hotels along the way. 7 breakfasts and 7 dinners. That's awesome. Because we all know that breakfasts could be very expensive, and so could dinners, and especially when you travel. Comfortable coach with air conditioning for all private transfers and transport. Maximum capacity is like 56. Maybe if we get like 10,000 people on our trip, we'll have to have more tour guides and more priests to come with us. I don't know, Father Jim, you might have to start recruiting some extra priests if we exceed our limit. Dedicated pilgrimage escort, English, Spanish, professional tour guide throughout the entire pilgrimage. That's wonderful. Listening devices for groups of 30 or more pilgrims throughout the tour.
Ooh,
Admission tickets and private tours in all shrines, monasteries, abbeys, historical sites on the itinerary. Now, I just recently came back from the Vatican in August, and just to stand in lines for those admission tickets were very long. And I don't know how about my wonderful co-hosts, if they could say, yes, it's really happened.
It's true.
Yeah. I got to no, Wade, I think you were at the Vatican too, and I think you went to see the I'm trying to think where you went. The Sistine Chapel. Didn't you go to the Sistine Chapel, Wade?
yes, yes.
And that's a long
Yes. Well,
wait.
you know, and you paid, you had to pay a little extra to go see those things. But it's great having this all like ready and taken care of, because that's a big component, just to know even where to stand in the right line sometimes.
Yes, yes. And plus, you will as a wonderful free gift from the outstanding people at Living Faith. You're going to get a 1-year subscription to Living Faith. It's a pocket size or a large print. It's going to be your choice. And that's a daily devotional across the board. It is such an awesome add-on that you get to use that during your prayer time as you go on the trip. You can include what it does not include, as you see in the print, it does include your passports. So those things you would have to purchase by yourself, and telephone calls and laundry and all that. So as you go through this, we're going to send you this PowerPoint slide, each and every one of you that have log on, and the people that have already registered, you already have the PowerPoint, but we're going to send it again to you, and there's some other little information on there. Also, as we go through this, there's a registration form. Now, I did say there's a special phone number for to call, and I'm going to go over that phone number one more time with you. And I'm also going to take you to the website, and I want you to take a little look at our website of Living Faith. There's a registration form right here. You just fill this out, and you can send it right into Bayard with the address that we'll provide for you. Just fill out this information. As we go through, the pilgrimage is sure to be filled with blessings and grace. Guaranteed, guaranteed. This is a special phone number right here. It's 844-411-1121. Now, there's a wonderful, outstanding #1 inside sales rep for Living Faith. I was going to answer the phone. They know it all. They know everything about this pilgrimage. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you could feel free to email me, Dave Barocsi. Gladly do that. Gladly do that. I will gladly help you in along the way with orchestrating. Maybe your parish wants to send a couple thousand people or a couple people from your parish. I know we've had many people have already called and they are on board with coming along with us to this wonderful pilgrimage. I said I would keep it very short, like a half hour to 35 minutes of a little talk about our pilgrimage. Father Jim, do you want to add anything to some information, or Wade, do you want to share? Father Jim, why don't you go first?
No, I'm okay.
You're okay. You're all
Yep.
set for this, right?
I'm all set.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. You got your Irish accent ready to go.
I'm getting there. My brogue.
Your brogue is ready. Hey, Wade. Now, Wade, I know you put some music together, and we're going to add that to this end of our slide, some extra music that you have put together for this wonderful event. Can I share them with some people? Wade, could you want to share your screen and maybe tell us maybe
Oh,
what about
you're
one?
gonna give it away now? You're supposed to wait until like people are on the
Surprise us.
thing so I can like know
Oh,
what to
okay.
do.
I'll wait. I
No,
will
that
wait.
that way I can talk through with people like, what's some of the significance of some of the music, or at least share a document about it, but also like how people could take that all the playlist, because I think you'll be really inspired by all the different music and types of music. And it'd be great even as we're going from one place to another place, if you want to just kind of zone out for a little bit. It'll be a way that you can even download the playlist and be able to play it.
Wade, thank you very much. Father Jim, thank you as always. I just can't wait to go. We're in upstate New York right now, and it's a little cold right here. So
Mhm.
maybe when we get over to Ireland, it'll be nice and hot and warm weather.
So
Yes. Father Jim, thank you very much for joining us as part of the
thank
Bayard
you.
family.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Wade, being part of the Bayard family, thank you so very much for joining us this evening. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful evening and a happy Advent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well.